What's up, everybody? This is your boy Isaac.
And this is your boy Bryce.
And we are brothers on tennis. And guess what, you guys? It's the Australian Open. Boo boo! Yeah, man. I'm very excited. Bryce, how you feeling about the first Grand Slam of the season, of the decade?
That is a very true way of putting it.
Right?
Look, I am always excited at the beginning of a Grand Slam.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you talk about potential upsets, everything is still possible at this point. Nothing has yet been guaranteed.
That's right.
It's very exciting. And like you said, it is the first Grand Slam of the year, of the decade.
Of the decade.
And what that typically means for the tennis world is there's one male professional player and one female professional player that at the end of this tournament will typically be on their way for a calendar Grand Slam opportunity.
That's right. That's right.
Because this is an Olympic year,
2020,
they have an opportunity for a golden slam.
That's right.
And so for our listeners, that means they win all 4 majors this year, as well as the gold medal in the Olympics. And
Bryce,
so far,
who's done that?
The only person that has done that,
who's done that,
is Miss Steffi Graf.
Steffi
in 1988.
Hey, Steffi, how you doing? Yeah.
So I'm sure Serena is quite aware of that.
Oh yeah.
And in her effort to kind of break records before she gets out of here.
Oh well.
I'm sure she would love to match Steffi.
Talk about cementing your legacy.
Oh,
if you could go out with a golden slam, if I won the U.S. Open, I would literally just drop my racket and I would walk off the court and just be like, holla, y'all, I'm the greatest. Because at that point, she would have 26 Grand Slams. She'd have a gold medal. She'd have the golden slam. Well, I mean, what else you need to do? I would walk off. I'd just be like, holla.
And get that gold medal in doubles again.
Yeah, exactly. Get the gold medal with Venus. Don't be playing around, Serena.
Right.
We need y'all to go ahead and keep representing in the doubles for the Olympics, because y'all have done it for good Lord. How many doubles gold medals do they have?
I think
3?
they have 4.
4? Yeah, 4.
They have 4. Yeah.
That's right, because they couldn't play in 2016. Because I know they didn't play the last Olympics, but I think they got 4 others.
I think they got 4 others
as well. Which is insane, man.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
So, like you said, I mean, I'm so excited. I know my schedule is going to be wrecked for the next 2 weeks, staying up to all odd hours of the night trying to watch tennis. But it'll be a little easier for me this year.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah. Lucky dog. I'm going to be the one tired and be looking at me at work like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, don't talk to me. Just let me work. My efforts need to be focused. But yeah, man. But Bryce, with that, with the Australian Open, there's a lot of things happening as well. Unfortunately, we know about the fires. Talk to us about, kind of your sentiments about just the overall air quality and what's going on, man.
Right. Well, as you know, of course, and what we shared with our listeners last week is it even played a role in our decision not to go down this year. I've been listening to some people that are down there in Melbourne right now, and actually I've heard some reports that, don't have me too terribly excited. Right now it seems like the air is clearing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I hear it was kind of bad last week. But, the crazy thing about it is it's a very unpredictable situation because based upon where the fires are and where the winds are blowing, it doesn't mean like, it's clear today, it'll be clear tomorrow.
Right. It could very easily blow into,
Exactly. And I know we had complaints last week from players that were qualifying because, there were several people that had to retire or they lost because, they were coughing and they were inhaling. Right. Yeah. And actually the point was made up that the Australian Open as a tournament neglected its responsibility to look out for the players because they felt like matches should not have been played in that environment. Wow. And had it been higher ranked players, they said a Federer and a Nadal would not have played in these conditions, right? So why is it that we had to play in these conditions? And I think they have a very valid point.
Absolutely.
Because the player's health is way more important than being on schedule, right?
That's exactly right.
So I know that the Australian Open has tried to step up and they've introduced this new air quality rating. It is a rating that goes on a scale from 1 to 5.
Okay.
1 meaning the air quality is about as good as it's going to get for a normal day. A 5 means this is the worst, and this is the point that we would really look at suspending play.
Right.
Now, it does not mean that play would be suspended immediately.
Okay.
They said that they would only halt play at the end of an even game during a set or at the completion of a tiebreaker at the end of the set.
Makes sense.
But they are leaving, which I do like, this discretionary kind of space for the referees.
Okay, gotcha.
Based upon what they're seeing and what's happening on the court.
Yeah.
And regardless of the rating, they're able to call the match if need be. So it's just, the refs, the chair umpires, they have a lot on their plate anyway.
Exactly.
Now they have this additional thing to consider because it isn't just about the players. You have ball kids running out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Linesmen. I mean, there's, and we don't even know what the effect is going to be for the spectators.
That's right. That's right.
I heard a gentleman speaking earlier this morning who just said, just even walking around a couple of days ago, he felt like he had sand in his chest.
Wow.
That can't be good for you.
Yeah,
so,
that can't be good.
So listeners, it's just something unique to pay attention to with the Australian Open this year.
Yeah.
And also it should be a reminder that the fires are still going on down there.
Still going.
And although I'm loving some of the donations and the relief efforts that are going on. They had the relief effort used with the players couple of nights ago where they raised $4.8 million, which is awesome.
Is incredible.
But I know every little bit helps. So still, if you're out there and you're in a position to help and you're feeling like that's something you want to do, please go out to, and we'll just direct you to one of many sites.
Right.
And one place is redcross.org.au. And you can also go to the Australian Open site, ausopen.org or .com, and they can direct you to some place where you can donate and help towards those efforts.
Absolutely, folks. I mean, this is something that is bigger than tennis, so we want to make sure that we are conveying, our thoughts to those who are fighting those fires and trying to get that thing under control, and again, those that are impacted. I mean, you saw some of those. It's just very sad situation. So if you can help and you're in a position to help folks, please do so.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't want this show to be like
right. About to have a tear. Come on now.
Exactly.
No. Actually, folks, we are going to talk about this draw because my goodness, it is popping.
It is popping. This is our Australian Open preview show for 2020.
Yes, sir. And it's about to be good. I'm excited. So, Bryce, we want to jump into the draws?
Let's do it.
All right. I know the draws. Wow, that's bad. Now that you're... Folks, we are dumb. That's funny. That was funny.
That was funny, right? I'm sorry. Right. Okay, let's get back to the show.
Let's look at the women's draw and talk about that a little bit, Bryce. So again, we've got, all the top players there. Top 8 players are Barty, Pliskova, Osaka, Halep, Svitolina, Bencic, Kvitova, and Serena Williams, the queen. There you go. And man, how do you make up this draw, man? I mean, in looking around in the draw, what looks kind of interesting to you? What you looking out for? What you got your popcorn ready for?
Well, to me, there is one real popcorn match on the women's side, and maybe about 6 or 7 other ones that really have my attention.
Yeah.
But we absolutely have to start with I cannot believe how in the heck.
Oh, well, you good. Shit, I wasn't.
How did we end up with Coco Gauff and Venus Williams meeting in the first round of a major again? They just met 2 Grand Slams ago.
Exactly. I saw that and I just shook my head, man. I just almost a tear rolled down my eye.
That's your black on black crime you were talking about.
I'm trying to tell y'all folks, it hurts my heart, man. I don't like black on black crime, and it just feels that way when I see two sister girls having the battle to get into especially getting into the second round. I can see if it's a final, like when Serena and Venus had to play each other. Hey, it's all good when you really battling for the title, but first round,
right.
Come on, man.
And just to add to that, not only is that first round match blockbuster, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are in the same quarter.
Yep.
All of these people are in the same quarter. Mm-hmm. You have Osaka.
Yep.
You have Venus. You have Coco. You have Stricheva. You have Sloane Stephens. Mm-hmm. You have Sofia Kenin.
Yep.
You have Wozniacki. You have Yastremska.
Yep.
You have Serena.
Yeah.
Only one person can come out of that quarter.
Yeah.
That is what we call our quarter of death.
Yes, it is, man.
But I think, Isaac, you and I were talking earlier, and the one thing I do like about this quarter is I'm not a big fan necessarily of when Serena has cake draws.
Yeah, she don't
to
need
me,
no
she
cake.
gets unfocused.
She don't need no cake.
Right.
She don't need cake. You don't need no cake. Right. You need to be serious from get.
Right. And so I think a draw like this gets Serena in the right mindset early.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you there. And I think Serena's going to be focused. Because like I said, the fact that she got out there and she played the ASB, won that title.
Right.
Yeah, she's showing a little bit of focus. She looked good.
Yeah, she did look good.
She looked good.
She did look good.
Yeah, both in singles and doubles. So, hey, it's hard to vote against the queen.
Right. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get away from the Venus Coco so quick.
Yeah, that's okay.
I do want to give my prediction on that.
Okay.
And it is, I'm kind of going to give myself some wiggle room here, too.
Okay.
We really don't know what the status of Venus Williams is.
Right.
We haven't seen her play in quite a while.
Right.
We knew that she had to pull out of Brisbane tournament at the lead up to the Australian Open because she had an unspecified setback in her training for the Australian Open. So I don't know if she's 100% or not. Right. But that is going to be what my prediction is based upon.
Mm-hmm.
If Venus isn't 100% physically and, she's just going to go out there and, just give her best, Coco may get her again.
Right.
If Venus doesn't have any physical ailments and she's recovered from whatever this is that happened, I absolutely think Venus is going to win. Yeah. And that's largely because she was probably caught slipping a little bit at Wimbledon. I mean, she knows Coco. She never played her before. Even probably in her own head, she's thinking, Wimbledon, grass, first round,
I got this.
I got this, right? I got this. But as much as I love Coco, and she's obviously the future and all that, to me, she still has a lot of holes in her game.
Well, yeah, she's 15.
Yeah,
it's like she absolutely has holes in her game, and rightfully so. But like you're about to say, still,
Venus is one of the greatest fighting champions we've ever seen. And if there's anyone who can think their way through turning that result around from Wimbledon, it's Venus Williams.
Exactly.
Now, Venus may get drove in the second round, but...
Yeah. I don't think she's going to lose twice.
No, but if she's not 100% physically,
Yeah. I have to agree with every single point you made, Bryce. I mean, like I said, 100% Venus should win that match because, again, she should be able to go out there and swing out because, again, she knows her game at this point. She knows. You've seen tape on Coco at this point. So yeah, to me, if she is 100%, she should definitely win this match. Because Venus ain't trying to lose to nobody twice in a row, especially a 15-year-old.
and I'm going to tell you what, this is, just to kind of take it to a broader perspective. Yeah. This is going to be a very interesting year for Coco.
Oh,
because last year she probably snuck up on almost everybody she beat, right? Except for Ostapenko, she should have known by then. She should have known in length. She should have known by then.
Yeah.
But when people see her in draws now, they will be ready.
They're gonna be ready.
So she will need to be ready.
Correct. Which I think she will be for most of them. For most of them, I think she will be. But again, I think the top players she will struggle with.
Right.
She, again, like you said, she's 15. She still has a lot of growing in her game to do. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, how about you? I mean, I know we both have several kind of hot matches on the women's side that we're looking forward to.
Yeah, see, I know you're going to laugh at me, but I don't care.
Is it Caroline Garcia?
No, it's not Caroline Garcia.
Sloane Stephens?
No, it's not Sloane, but it's the other one. It's your favorite. The first round match between Madison Keys and Kasatkina, that's going to be good, dude. That's going to be a good match.
It is. And I actually have that circled on my draw because, and I'll just tell you why I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You know, some people will go out and tell you, well, Keys is looking good and Kasatkina hasn't been playing that well lately. But Kasatkina has one of those very just different types of games, right?
She does.
She's not going to go out there and try to power battle with Madison Keys. No. She's going to give her spins and loops. She's going to come to the net.
Yep.
And I'm sorry. I mean, Alexander Zverev and Madison Keys, if things ever get a little shaky,
it's questionable. Yeah. I personally think Maddie will get through that match, but it's going to be tough. It'll be tough because Kasatkina is not an easy out, just for the reasons you mentioned. So I'm looking forward to that one, bro. I have to say, I want that one. And there's another one. There's a little Czech battle going on. Okay. You've got Kvitova versus Sinakova. I mess up her last name.
Yeah.
But she got a couple nice little results in the fall last season. Her singles started kind of turning around. So I expect that to be a good match. I of course expect for Kvitova to win that match, but I think it still will be good and it probably will go 3.
Right.
Yeah. How about you, man? You see anything else in your draw?
Yeah, I would say a couple. Good? I mean, Carla Suarez Navarro is gonna start doing her Boys to Men End of the Road song. For those of you that may not know, she is retiring at the end of this year, and she'll be done after the end of the first round. Because she drew Sabalenka in the first round. End of the road.
Yeah, because Sabalenka will be putting them things on her. But I tell you what, look a little up a couple. That Vekic Sharapova.
That's gonna be a good one.
That'll be a good one.
And let me tell you who needs to make sure that they don't end up on the upset alert. Simona Halep.
I don't disagree.
She's playing Jen Brady in the first round, and Jen Brady just put it on Barty.
Yeah, Jen Brady's coming out the gate strong, man. So if she ain't right, Jen Brady might sneak up on her, snatch her down.
Right.
Absolutely, man. And if you look all the way at the bottom, those last 3 matches are all very interesting to me.
Yes.
You've got Taylor Townsend versus Pegula.
Oh, I hate that.
I know. Because they're both Americans, and you got Witt, who's now with Pegula, who used to be with Venus, and of course you got Taylor Townsend, who is just our absolute girl.
Right.
We support her, we follow her. It's tough to see 2 Americans have to battle it out like that in the first round, but that's gonna be a good match.
It is going to be a good match. I'll be watching that one.
And then that Siegemund Coco Vandeweghe. I mean, Coco's coming back, and we don't know what kind of game she got going on. And like I said, Siegemund, she tough.
Yeah.
She battles. I put her in that Putin Saver type of category.
Right.
She just rough, and she will do whatever it takes to get that W. So I like Siegemund a lot. So it's going to be a tough battle for Coco. And then finally, you got Pliskova versus Mladenovic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, that is a rough first round for Pliskova.
And we'll have to see how Mladenovic is playing without Sasha in her corner.
Right.
But we know even without Sasha, she went on to win the
Fed Cup. She went up there and styled out. She was like, I'm not scared of y'all. I got things to do for France. I'm putting my name out there. What? So I tell you what, Karolina Pliskova better be on note because it might get scary after that one. But
I have one more.
Oh, you got
match.
one more? Yeah.
And I want you to talk about it.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Because she's your girl.
Oh, Jesus. Who's my girl?
How's Sloane going to do in that first round matchup? Just talk to me about that for a second.
Okay, listen. All right. I love Sloane Stephens.
I
love Sloane Stephens. I love everything about her. But I tell you what. Sloane just ain't right now. Right. She ain't right. She I know her focus is probably on the whole getting married and getting herself right in that aspect, because it definitely ain't showing up on the tennis courts. Because, she got spanked up on these last couple tournaments.
Yeah.
And for it to be the start of the year, that is just not how you want to start the year off.
Right.
I mean, to the point, Bryce, where she broke a racket.
I told you why I said she broke a racket.
So at this point, I am not putting any expectations on Miss Sloane Stephens. Sloane, if you do well, baby, I'm behind you, but I ain't gonna put no money on that. I just can't do it, Bryce. I'm sorry.
I
can't
feel
do
you.
it. So, Bryce, with that, all right, so we've kind of talked about those little popcorn matches at the beginning. Let's go on ahead and step into our draw.
Right.
As far as the quarterfinals, talk to me about who you see making the quarters out of your top and bottom, and just go and take it out to the final.
Okay.
Tell me your thought process on who you think is going to take Australia 2020.
Honestly, I don't feel good about this draw because I feel like somebody would say to me, you just took the seeds and moved them forward. Because honestly, in the quarterfinals, I have, starting at the top, I have Barty meeting Kvitova.
Mm-hmm.
I have Osaka meeting Serena.
Okay.
Then in the bottom half, I have Bencic meeting Halep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Svitolina meeting Pliskova. And those are your top 8.
That's the top 8 seeds.
That's the top 8 seeds.
You ain't took no risk, man.
Hey, but that's the way I see it, honestly.
For real,
That's the way I see it. Now,
Okay.
as I start to progress past the quarterfinals,
Yeah.
that's where things change a little bit. So in the semifinals,
Mm-hmm.
I see, or making it to the semifinals, I see Barty taking out Kvitova,
Okay.
and I see Serena taking out Osaka,
Okay.
with Serena taking out Barty to make it to the finals
Gotcha.
at the top half.
Okay.
On the bottom half,
Mm-hmm.
I have Bencic taking out Halep,
Okay.
and I have Pliskova taking out Svitolina,
Okay.
and I have Pliskova taking out Bencic to make it to the finals. So I have in the finals Serena versus Pliskova,
Okay.
and then I have as the eventual champion,
Yeah.
Serena, I'm going to choke you out if you don't go ahead and let me get this win this time. I done picked you 4 times. I've always heard the 5th time is the charm.
5th time is the charm, right?
So let's go ahead and get this.
Let's get it. Come on now. That's a very interesting pick, Bryce. That's very good.
So how do you see things?
Well, it's funny. It's really funny because we differ, but we are alike. And I will go ahead and do my rundown for you. Now, on the top half, and don't laugh. So I do have Barty.
Okay.
But I actually have her playing Madison Keys.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
In the quarterfinal. So that's a slight difference from yours.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom is the same. I absolutely believe Osaka and Serena will be meeting in that quarter.
Okay.
And it will be a I will step over somebody to get to watch that match because it's going to be tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom half, I actually think Sabalenka is going to make it to a first quarter. It may not be her first Grand Slam quarter, but I have her making it, and I have her battling Halep.
Okay.
And then at the bottom, I actually have Anisimova.
Mm.
Yeah, I have her kind of stepping out and getting to the quarters, and I have her playing Pliskova.
Okay.
Now, at the top half, very similar to you, but again, different players, I have Barty taking out Keys to make it to the semis, and I have Serena taking out Osaka to make the semis. And then I also have Serena taking out Barty to make the final. Now, on the other side of the draw, I have Halep taking out Sabalenka. Because, mind you, Sabalenka just beat Halep.
Right.
So Halep is going to be like, nah, heifer. We're not going, no. She's going to get her in the Grand Slam.
Right.
So I think Halep will make the semis, and I actually have Pliskova taking out Anisimova to make the semis. So my semis are Halep versus Pliskova.
Okay.
And funny enough, I think Pliskova is going to take out Halep. So we do actually have the same final, Serena versus Pliskova. But as you said, I absolutely believe Serena will take number 24 and tie Margaret Court because it's what better to tie somebody at your own home Grand Slam.
And especially where she's being recognized.
Exactly.
But
there's a whole bunch of drama with that, but we ain't going to go into all that.
Right.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what else I like about that final.
Yeah.
If you remember last year,
5-1.
yeah, Serena is when she sprained her ankle and wasn't able to close out that match, and she lost to Pliskova. So what better revenge than to get the title?
Get that title? Come on, man.
Exactly.
Come on, man. That's all goodness. So yeah, folks, we'd be interested to hear what your ladies' draws are. Oh God, here we go again. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna say, predictions are, and so anyway, Bryce, take it away because I can't even talk.
All right, so let's talk about the men, and I will just go out here and say already, my men predictions are not like the women.
Oh yeah,
they don't necessarily stay with the seedings, but let's take a look. So first of all, let's talk about who the tournament seeds are.
Yes.
And at the number 1 spot, we have Nadal.
Yep.
Then Djokovic, Federer, Medvedev, Thiem, Tsitsipas, Zverev, and the 8th seed is Berrettini.
Mr. Berrettini.
So, as solid a top 8 as we've seen in a while.
Absolutely.
But the men also have some very interesting first-round matchups. So let's just take a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Isaac, why don't we start with you? And who are some of the interesting early matches that you see?
Yeah, so I started at the top of the draw, and I just started working my way down. The first one that could be interesting, even though this person did not play well, in my opinion, at the ATP Cup.
Okay.
And that would be Pablo Cuevas versus Gilles Simon. I like those two players. I
Right.
really, really like those two. But Pablo, talk about stinking up the place.
Right.
I think he got beat 11-1, and I think I can't remember who it was by, but that's ridiculous.
Right.
He's much better than that. So to get stole on like that at the first tournament of the year does not bode well for your chances. But I still think that one is worth a watch. So that's just one for me. I also think, that first round, Adrian Manarino and Dominic Thiem.
I looked at that. What? That might be,
Listen, Adrian Manarino he will not blow you off the court,
right.
but his strokes are just so interesting, and the angles that he creates, and he's a lefty.
Yep.
It's a lot of crazy dynamics in his game that make it really fun to watch. That one will be very interesting.
It will be.
Oh, yeah. So those would be at least two on the top half that I see. How about you, B? What do you see up there that interests you?
Well, the only one that really interests me in the first round for the men, and it doesn't interest me from the perspective of I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
But just because I'm into both of the players.
Right.
Medvedev is going to beat the crap out of Tiafoe in the first round. But I cheer for both of them, so
Absolutely.
It's interesting to me from that perspective.
Yes.
But Tiafoe ain't got nothing for Medvedev.
No.
He ain't got nothing for Medvedev.
Medi Bear is going to be throwing them strokes around, and unless Tiafoe can somehow or another get that spirit when he played Federer. Remember that? We were at that match. Remember when he played Federer at the U.S. Open? That was good. That was good, Tiafoe. But I just don't see him being able to pull any of that with Medi Bear.
Don't even try to hype nobody up like that. Tiafoe, he be getting some raw deals on his first round.
He really does.
And I'm Tiafoe, if you listen to this, I like you. I like the game. And all that. But I can't sit here with a straight face and say that you got a shot against Medvedev. So anyway, that's all I see in the top half. Now in the bottom half, I have a couple that I'm interested in.
Okay.
I actually think the Querrey-Coric.
Yes, I marked that one too. Yeah,
could be a good one.
Yeah,
and also I'm calling a potential upset here. Mm-hmm. I think Opelka may take out Fognini.
You think he might?
Yeah, because Opelka's still salty for not getting into ATP Cup.
Yeah, because he
feel like he got something to prove now. And Fognini doesn't really start off tournaments really well. He starts off very slow, and Opelka's got that big serve, and if he's on, and I won't be surprised if Fognini wins, but I think that could be a potential first round upset.
Well, there you go, folks. Got calling out upsets. What you say? Hey, man. Now, if you look at the next one down, Shapovalov versus Fucsovics.
Fushnikins.
Yeah. That's going to be a good matchup, dude. Yeah. I like both of those players. And as we know, Shapovalov has been showing out as of like last season and going into this season. He showed out at the ATP Cup. He just went insane. Mm-hmm. So he
looks really good there.
Looks really good. Looked really good there. And I think I feel like he's going to, get through that match. But I think it will be a fun match to watch for sure. Yeah. And of course... This will not, in my opinion, be a competitive match, but it is definitely one that I am absolutely going to watch and enjoy. And that is Roger Federer versus Stevie Johnson. Because I love Stevie Johnson. I just like the dude. I like Stevie Johnson. I like his play. I like the slice backhand. You know he ain't going to do nothing against Roger Federer. But I like the matchup, though.
And Roger likes it, too, because it gives him an opportunity to work his way into the tournament. Exactly. He can try some stuff out on Stevie, see how the backhand's feeling. Exactly. See what the conditions are like. Exactly. Yeah, that's a great first round for Federer. It's a great
first round. So, yeah, I don't see Fed having any problems, but I personally like that first
Hopefully Stevie's playing doubles. So, and I'm going to tell you one that I don't know a whole lot of people if they'll be interested in, but I'm a new fanboy of Dusan Lajovic. That's my guy right now.
Yeah.
Song, no, he doesn't replace you, but he's behind that. But he has a nice first round matchup against Kyle Edmund.
That's going to be a good one too,
and that's going to be a nice one to watch.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm gonna let you take this last one because I know you hyped for
it. Man, oh man! Now listen, y'all. Although he has not had a victory, I just feel like this is going to be a really, really good first round matchup, and that's Jean-Leonard Struff, our boy Struff versus Djokovic. I'm telling you what, Struff can hit the ball, y'all.
Yeah.
Struff can hit the ball. One of the cleanest ball strikers out there on the men's tour. Mm-hmm. And he's a big guy. He's strong. And I just feel like he brings a really solid game to the court. And, of course, Djokovic is going to handle his business. Right. But it is not going to be an easy task. No. That, to me, is the popcorn match. Because, they're going to be hitting the ball, y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, as the guy was telling you earlier, in contrast to the women's draw where they have that quarter of death where you have all the sisters in.
Yeah, right.
To me, for the first time in a very long time, the men's draw, to me, looks very balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, no one section really looks particularly stronger than the other.
Right.
No one has a cake draw, per se.
I don't see cake on this
No one, and every section kind of has its challenges in there. So, with it being laid out like this, it'll be very interesting to see how things play out. So, I'm very interested in hearing how you think things are going to play out. Starting with the quarterfinals.
All right. So starting with the quarters on the top half, I kind of went with the draw. And I have Nadal playing team in the quarters. Now, I know Nick is in there, and I'm rooting for him because I think I'm rooting for him because he would play Nadal in the fourth round, and that to me would be just absolutely explosive. But at the same time, I just feel like Nadal, he's the number one player in the world, so I'm going to give him his due and his respect. And I'm at least putting him in the quarters. But based on what I have seen in 2019 with Mr. Dominic Thiem, I actually have Dominic Thiem making it to the semis.
We've heard this before.
I know. All right. At the bottom, I've got Medvedev making it to the quarters, and I actually have him battling Goffin.
Oh, okay.
I do, because I'm just looking at the players through there, and like I said, what is it? Zverev just is not, he's just not solid now, and all the double faults and everything. I just think that it's very mental with him right now. So I picked Goffin and Medvedev. Okay. Right. Of course, Medvedev will take that match, but I think Dominic Thiem will actually take the match between those two and will make another Grand Slam final. So. That's who I have on the top half.
Well, you must have been breathing some of that ash down there in Australia. You have Dominic Thiem making it to the finals over Medvedev at the Australian?
I do. And on the bottom half, we were just talking about that Opelka-Fognini match. I actually think Fognini will make it through that match. And I actually have him getting to the quarters. Because if you see, he's got Berrettini up top, and that's his countryman. He ain't going to lose his countryman.
Okay.
And I feel like it's going to be Fognini against Fed. Of course, Fed will win that and make it to the semis. Below, I have RBA, Roberto Batista Agut, versus Novak in the quarters. Again, I just don't see anybody in that path that I feel like will take him out. And he played extremely well at the ATP Cup.
He did.
He worked it out for Spain. So, but of course, he will get against Novak and he will get the smackdown. So it will be a Novak-Fed semifinal. I can't go against Fed. So sorry. Even though it's probably not in the odds, but I do feel like Fed is itching to get some more revenge based on that Wimbledon loss. Because again, he outplayed Novak and unfortunately he just lost. So I feel like, will make it to the final. I feel like it's going to be a Fed team final. And I am struggling because I think that team has just played so well. But of course I'm picking Fed.
Okay.
Bryce is sitting over here holding his breath like, I know you better not pick team out your mouth. I'll reach over and slap you. No, I am picking Fed. So no, I feel like it absolutely will be Fed. So I am interested, my friend, in your prediction. So talk us through it, Bryce.
Well, I guess our listeners will be very happy to hear that, you know, they're used to our draws being our predictions being very similar, right?
Yeah.
It is definitely not that case here on the men's side.
That's good.
So I'm gonna start at the top.
Yeah.
And the quarterfinals, I have the first quarterfinals being Kyrgios versus Monfils. No, and let me tell you why. Because I, like you, I have Kyrgios meeting Nadal.
Okay,
right?
yes.
The Australian Open is the tournament that Nadal has been the least successful at. This is Kyrgios' home country, and I think he's emotionally inspired because of the fires.
I absolutely agree with you on
and
that.
So I think because he's not the biggest fan of Nadal,
True.
He would love nothing more for his country than to beat Nadal. And we know with Kyrgios, it's all about motivation.
Right.
You know, a lot of his matches he loses because he doesn't seem like he's into it.
Right.
He will be up for that match.
Oh, that's true.
So I have him making it to the quarterfinals.
All right.
I actually, believe it or not, because I know you had Team coming down there.
Yeah.
I actually have Team being upset by Kevin Anderson.
Oh, wow.
I was impressed with the way Kevin Anderson looked at the ATP Cup.
He looked good.
And he has more of the game for that kind of court.
Agree.
So if he takes out Team, I think Monfils has an opportunity.
Yeah, because Monfils would definitely take out Kevin Anderson.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I have Kyrgios and Monfils.
I like that. Okay.
At the bottom, I agree with you. For that quarter, I have Medvedev.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But you had him playing Goffin.
Mm-hmm.
I have him playing Rublev.
Yeah, he is the hot one.
Rublev is the hot guy right now, and I think when you start looking at playing styles, he is another one of these ones. Rublev, Shapovalov, Kyrgios, these ones that can take the racket out your hand.
Right.
And he's full of confidence right now. I think he could take the racket out of Goffin's hand.
I don't disagree.
So I have Medvedev playing Rublev.
Countryman.
Yes. Now down in the bottom, I have the quarters being Berrettini.
Okay. And
the reason why I have him in the quarters is because you mentioned Fognini. I actually have called the upset of Opelka over Fognini. So if Fognini's out, I see Berrettini making it to the quarters against Roger.
Yep,
of course.
At
the bottom, like you, I do have Djokovic.
Okay.
But instead of him meeting, you had RBA?
I had RBA.
I have him meeting Tsitsipas.
Okay.
I have Tsitsipas, I think, shows up in big matches.
Yeah.
And I think Tsitsipas sees himself above an RBA level. You know, he'll take a loss. He expects maybe a loss from Roger or Rafa or Djokovic, We saw a fire in him at the ATP Cup, maybe a little bit overboard.
A little over fire,
He's starting to get kind of in that mode. So I picked him. So,
okay.
So if I go ahead and I move to the semifinals, I have, believe it or not, Monfils taking out Kyrgios.
Wow.
And the semifinals.
Okay.
One shot master against the original shot master. And then I have Medvedev taking out Rublev because countryman. And I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I have Medvedev taking out Monfils in the semifinals.
Okay.
Making it to the finals.
Gotcha.
On the other side of the draw, of course, I have Roger taking out Berrettini. Mm-hmm. We know what he did to him at the U.S. Open.
Yes, and Wimbledon.
Right. And then we have Djokovic. I actually have Tsitsipas upsetting Djokovic.
Wow. Yeah. Now that to me isn't surprising because he's done it.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. I have him upsetting Djokovic. Okay. And then I have Roger beating Tsitsipas to make it to the finals.
Gotcha.
So my finals are Roger versus Medvedev, which I think would be an amazing final.
Absolutely.
And of course, I'm picking the king. I think Roger is going to give his all in 2020 because I think he knows this may be the last legit year where he is a true top contender.
Right. Because the young folks are getting better and better. You know, Nadal and Djokovic ain't going nowhere. So, yeah, I absolutely agree with you, bro. That's a great prediction.
Yeah, so
good. I like
we have some very interesting ones to follow for both the men's and the women's. But I think this is shaping up to be a really, really good tournament.
Oh, it's going to be outstanding, bro. It's going to be so good.
Right. So we do want to remind our listeners that, we're not going to just jump to the results show 2 weeks from now.
Right.
We're going to come back with a mid-fortnight show next weekend.
That's right.
And so we'll give a chance to see who was upset in the first half of the tournament and who still left in the second half, and we'll probably update our predictions,
right?
If need be.
If need be. Hopefully.
Well, somebody's gonna need to update at least on the men's side because we don't have the same people necessarily.
Correct.
But yeah, we'll look to get that out, at the end of next weekend, beginning of next week. So,
absolutely.
So definitely, reach out and check that out.
That's right, folks. That's right. And another reminder, folks, we just want to make sure that we reiterate this. While we are enjoying, all of this great tennis, remember that there is still a lot of pain that's happening in the Australia area. So make sure you're going out there and you're donating and you're just doing all that you can to support the horrific fires that are going over there, folks. So if you can donate, once again, please get out there and donate for the cause.
Right. And we also want to ask one more thing of you guys.
Yeah.
Look, if you have friends that enjoy the game of tennis, and they are looking for an entertaining or a different perspective, get them started early with us.
That's right. Get them started early.
No time is better than with a Grand Slam tournament starting, and direct them to brothersonthennis.com, and as a reminder, that's BRUTHAS ontennis.com. We out there. We have our whole archive of episodes going all the way back to when we did about 3 months of pilot episodes.
That's right.
So you can hear all that, and hopefully we're a lot better now than we were back then. But we're trying to keep it going. But more than anything, enjoy the tennis.
Yes.
This is when it's a great time to be a tennis fan.
Yes.
Watch all those matches, and we're going to be back, like we said, next week to walk you through it a little more.
Yeah, boy.
So with that, we're going to sign off and get ready to adjust our schedules for Australian time. This is your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Be safe, everyone.